Good morning. It's Tuesday, October the 6th. The year is 2020, and I saw something over the weekend, a day ago, about a young man in Texas named Jonathan Price. Jonathan Price was shot and killed by a police officer after Jonathan Price, intervened after he saw a man assaulting a woman. The police arrived on the scene, tased Mr. Price, who was breaking up a fight between this man and a woman, and he was tased and then shot 3 times and died from his injuries. Well, the police officer who did the shooting has been arrested. His name was, the officer who did the shooting name was Officer Sean Lucas. He was arrested. He's a 31-year-old. Well, Sean, they don't show you Sean Lucas' name, age, but he's in jail now on a $1 million bond. As you all know, the police officer was white, and the young man that was shot and killed, 31-year-old Jonathan Price, was black. Now, here's the interesting part. Mr. Price, on his Facebook page a few months ago, did a post in support of police, saying he had never had any issues with the police, and he was doing calling himself doing a positive post, supporting the police. I was trying to find that post. I found it last night. Let me see. Oh, I know what I can do. So I can read you this post. But he did a post. Jonathan Price, who's now shot and killed by the police, did a post in support of the police. And here's the post. No, was that it? Here it is. So on June 15th, John Price posted to his Facebook page a post with all the tension. And this is John Price, the young man, 31-year-old man, who was shot and killed by the police. This is what he wrote and posted to his Facebook page. So you can understand where it's coming from. Some of y'all be like, well, how do you understand? Jonathan Price wrote this post and put it on his Facebook in support of the police, who later shot and killed his ass. With all the tension and animosity going on with the race and the police time, I am on the same fence as Lil Wayne, with him saying a white cop saved his life and hasn't been too vocal based off experiences. I was raised by the Malones and Woodruffs in my hometown for a large amount of my youth. There was my second family and still are in 2020. I have to say, and I have 20 if I have to say anything. The amount of food fed to me they spend on me outweighs any BS about race or color right now. I have family that has never done a damn thing for me or supported my business ventures, and they're my blood. They will forever be 1 million in my book, and they know who they are. They're to blame for my countryside and addiction to white women, not complaining one bit. Okay. Well, there were times I should have been detained for speeding, outstanding citation, outdated registration, dozing off at a red light for making it to my garage. Downtown Dallas, after a long night out, I passed a sobriety test after leaving a bar and welly test by 2 white cops and still let me drive where I was headed. And by the way, they consider Wiley, Texas to be very racist. I never got that energy from the popo. Not saying black lives don't matter, but don't forget about your own experiences to grow from waking up. And he puts God's plan. Little did he know that he would later on be shot and killed by a police officer. He had his hands up and didn't have a weapon and did anything. So this is the thing about life. Life has a way of waking us up too late about stuff that goes on around us that we say, that doesn't have anything to do with me. I look at all these homeless people in Atlanta and I see them out there. So, and I don't know their stories. But for me to sit here and say, oh, I'll never end up like that, would be very naive on my behalf. Because I very well could end up like those people out there on those streets. I don't know what causes me to end up out on the streets homeless. Mental illness, poverty, jobs, lack of jobs. We never know what happened to them. So I would never criticize these homeless people because, hell, I could be out there too. I don't want to go around siding with somebody over who's right or wrong in this debate between the police and black people. But the evidence is a little overwhelming that your judicial system and police officers tend to be very heavy-handed when it comes to dealing with African Americans or black Americans, whatever we're being called this month. I've seen too many white people get away with murder. And I've seen too many black folks lose their lives over nothing. Now, this young man said he liked white women. He was addicted to white women. Well, a lot of black men are addicted to white women. There are a lot of white women addicted to black men. There are a lot of black women who are addicted to, and I don't see it as addiction, it's just what you happen to like. You can like and love who you want to. A lot of people are criticizing him because he said he was addicted to white women. I kind of saw that as kind of a sarcastic joke, but it's just sad that this young man lost his life. He was a Trump supporter. He talked openly about Blue Lives Matter. And he was addicted to white women. And somebody wrote, well, all of that didn't save his life. Yes, he was shot and killed by, he was a Trump supporter. I also find, and I could be wrong here, I find a lot of black men who date white women are Trump supporters. In spite of all the nasty, devious, low-down, dirty shit Trump been up to, they support Donald Trump. I've never understood it. But I do agree, I could be wrong, but based upon what I've seen, what I've read, and the people I know, if they date white women, they like Trump. So, Mr. Price lost his life. And of course people are criticizing him over all this stuff, but it's just, and I don't think he should deserve this type of criticism. Because he's dead now. And sometimes you gotta be careful what you put out there in the universe. The officer's been charged with his arrest. They say he was a good person. He was a pillar of the community, had a gym, and there was a lot of positive stuff that I read about him. A city worker, a mentor, and he was in a small town of less than 1,500 people, and I'm wondering, only 1,500 people in there, did the officer know him? Was the officer angry at him because he was addicted to white women? You have to wonder about this type of stuff. But he was charged, the officer was charged with murder less than 48 hours after he was a Texas Ranger. But, hey. And I don't think because this man liked white women or was a Trump supporter or Blue Lives Matter, I don't think any of that, his death, he shouldn't have been. Clearly the officer was in the wrong here. But the point to what I'm trying to say is, y'all be careful. Be careful who you get in bed with. Be careful who you side with. Be careful who side of the debate you stand on. Because they're not looking at you the same way you looking at them. I know I'm a black man in America. And I know I'm going to have to defend myself when I say defend myself, that's the word I'm looking for. I know there's some battles out there. I know there are unfortunately, there's a lot of racist demons out there who don't like me and they don't know me. I've lived in Atlanta for 30 years. I've lived on planet Earth for 50 years. I don't have any white associates or friends. And it's not like they haven't tried. I just don't have any. I find it very odd. I find it odd that a lot of black people have no white friends, just like me. I find it very strange that a lot of white people also have no black friends or associates other than when they see you at work. This country has a problem with race. And it always has. It's not going to change. So this man made a decision, Mr. Price. He was addicted to white women. He was a Trump supporter. He supported the police. None of that, like I said, should have any bearings on his death at the hands of that police officer. Or does it? Because see, if we let these officers get away and we side with them every time they kill a black man, because we say, well, I ain't had no issues. See, he said never had no issues. And then the day he had an issue, he didn't live to talk about it, did he? No. He ain't here to talk about the issues he had that took place this day. He's not here to talk about it. He's not here. I've been arrested many times. A lot of people have never been arrested. Now I can say I've never really had any problems with the police, but I don't put nothing past these motherfuckers. And I'm not going to blame somebody else. I'm not blaming this man for his death. Other than the fact he was siding with the wrong people. Sometimes it's best to work for change, because it benefits your black ass also. Change would have did him some good. Probably would have kept him alive right about now. But who knows? Maybe I'm looking at it differently. Maybe I'm naive. But I'd rather fight for my freedoms as a black man living in America. Even though I ain't had no issues, I'm still gonna fight for it. I'd rather stand up against oppression, even though I'm not feeling oppressed, even though I probably am oppressed, probably. But I'd rather stand up and fight for who I am than side with the enemy, right? And pretend these problems don't exist. Like I said, he was fine up to that day. Up until, didn't he get shot Monday? Tuesday? Sunday? He was fine up to Sunday. Jonathan Price was, everything was honky-dory. Literally. Until he met that officer. So, on June 15th, everything was great. When he posted that about the police and but hey, I'm not going to attack this brother. I'm not going to attack him in any way whatsoever. He made his bed. He made his decision. He decided to side with. And I don't even, just because he did that post doesn't necessarily mean, but he was a Trump supporter and he supported Blue Lives Matter. I looked at his page. I didn't see nothing that said Black Lives Matter. He may not even, I didn't realize he was black. I have another friend of mine who's a Trump supporter. He's black. He's married to a white woman. He had 4 or 5 children together, mixed children. And I have to constantly remind him, your children are not white. They are mixed race. White folks look at them with wide eye when they see them. And so I'm thinking, you don't get it, do you? You want your children to have a normal life after you've married and had they're mixed children, interracial, whatever you want to call them these days. I don't know. I don't know the pretty. I hope I don't get in no trouble saying interracial. They mix with black and white. I don't know. But he's black. His wife is white. They have beautiful children. I think all children are beautiful. I just don't want that. But anyway, he's a Trump supporter. He says a lot of nonsense. But he also supports Black Lives Matter. So I'm thinking Donald Trump has said Black Lives Matter is a terrorist group. Do you agree with that? Do Black Lives Matter? We get into it all the time over this. We be going back and forth. A lot of times I just be fucking with his ass. It don't matter. I just be messing with him. He be getting upset. He's a lot younger than me. But when people tell me they got transport, it's hot as hell in this damn apartment. I open up that blind, like some sunlight here. I don't even know if y'all can even see me because there's sun behind me. And then it's like, hot in here. I'm like, whew, turn on the air conditioner. I don't even, what is the temperature outside? Because why does this apartment is weird. It gets really cold at nighttime and really hot during the daytime. And let me just check the temperature. It says 61 degrees outside. Now 61 degrees is gonna get up to 70 something. I wish I was in the. Let me check the temperature in Miami. Where's the temperature? Where is it? 84 degrees in Miami. Wow, it's 84 right now. So I'm gonna get up to 86. I need to get my ass down. I need a vacation. Lord, I need a vacation. I need a vacation. I was online looking at Cancun and all kinds of stuff. I need to get out of Atlanta. I need to do something. But anyway, I'm not attacking Mr. Price, y'all. But I just, again, like I said, I find it just really strange how a lot of these black guys who date white women, they're Trump supporters. It's like, is something I'm missing here? Not only do they date a white woman, love white people, do they want to be white? Do they just love white people? What is it? I don't know. I just find it odd that every person I know who's dating a white girl or married to a white woman is a Trump supporter. What is this? How can you be a Trump supporter and also be a Black Lives Matter supporter? They don't go hand in hand and just don't work. Jonathan Price had his nigga moment. Let's just go there for a minute, y'all. He had his nigga moment. He was reminded he was a nigga, but he didn't get to live through that nigga moment. He didn't get a chance to live. The officer tried and killed him. He had his nigga moment. But he realized too late he was a nigga. And the officer didn't give a shit about his ass or his life or who he was or what he did for the community or what gym he owned. No, what all the politics. Didn't care. Didn't matter. You a nigga. And I'm about to put and shot him. Man didn't even have a weapon. Jonathan Price had his nigga moment. And I found a lot of these people who live in this fantasy world, and I've never lived in this fantasy world. I know who I am and I know where I stand in America. A black gay man in America. I know what that means. I don't live in a fantasy world over here at all. I gotta watch both sides. Crazy niggas, racist white folks. Gotta watch them both. So I'm going to a place at nighttime, sit my ass in his house. Sun go down, I'm in the house. The street lights come on, I get to the house. Made it. Like a horror movie. When I was young, I might be on the streets, but now I'm old enough to know better. Get my ass home. Y'all welcome to stay out all night long if you want to. Something like night hours. The sun starting to go down, I'm on my way to the house. The sun go down fast, I'm driving. I don't got to get to the house. I've always been like that over the past decade or so. Just crazy shit happens at nighttime and daytime too. I ain't crazy about that either, but less a chance of you getting carjacked, shot, and killed during the daytime. It does happen though, versus the nighttime when everybody in the streets are a little bit more empty. Everybody done raced home and got there and locked their doors. Jonathan Price had his nigga moment, and he didn't live through it. He didn't get a chance to tell his friends about what happened, his family members what happened, and how this officer did this. And he didn't get a chance to go back to Facebook and say, this officer, blah, blah. None of that. His family and friends get to tell the story. They turned his Facebook page into a memorial page. That post is still there. You can go to his page and read it. He had a nigga moment and he lost his life during that moment. They that police officer reminded him, you are a nigga, and took his life. Now the officer, of course, has been charged, is in jail, charged on $1 million bond, but so what? He might walk free. These officers go to court and they get it saying being found him not guilty. It's your own possibility. Be careful who you side with. There's a battle out here. Whose side are you on? You might want to look in the mirror first before you make that decision. You might want to take a close look at who you are before you decide, I'm going to side with this person, or I'm going to go with this organization, or I'm going to vote for this person. That could be deadly. Just my thoughts and opinions on this. Anyway, I'm going to give you some more coffee and do some stuff around. I need to clean up this damn place. I mean, a little spice broom. See that little spice broom right there? Ting, 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 ting. Smells good in here now. crack open these windows, let it air in here too before I turn this air conditioner on. I might have to turn the air on because it gets a little warm in here. Anyway, today is Tuesday, October 6th, the year is 2020. And I'm going to come back and talk about Trump. Yeah, he seems to have a coronavirus. His date with the coronavirus is still ongoing. It ain't over with yet. I'm still rooting for the coronavirus. It ain't over. Anyway, I'm out of here and I'll be back. Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. I'm out. Enjoy your Tuesday.